Hello everyone, my name is Cesar Jaradet, and this is my Halo 5 Forge level design level. It is a infection game mode centered level called Underground Facility. And for some context, this is an underground facility run by the UNSC. It's an underground research facility, and within this facility, um, they were researching Covenant the Covenant aliens and had been looking into some Covenant drop pods. And it turns out that these Covenant drop pods, in fact, held a viral infection that quickly spread throughout the facility, killing most of the people in it and causing the infection in the infection game mode. So when you start off, one of the many start points you'll start at is this center room. Um, so throughout the map, there will be these pillars that are meant to hold up, the supports because it's an underground facility. In this center room, there's all the lockers for all of the people who worked here, as well as hazmat suits because it is an underground research facility and they are messing with Covenant alien things. But it seems those hazmat suits weren't enough. Um, and so throughout the map, there are these tight hallways. It's meant to be dark because the facility's been run over. It is derelict now. Very few survivors as they fight off the infected. Um, and so as you run through these tight hallways, the ceilings covered with the vents and pipes, you make your way between these different large rooms that kind of act as stopping points in the sense that as you are getting chased down by an infected, you're running through these hallways trying to avoid them, and when you make it to these more open areas, you have a bit more breathing room to kind of turn around and catch them coming from any of the hallways. Um, some set pieces in the level. Throughout these hallways, there are these dead ends that you can quickly look down that have these groups of dead bodies, these dead scientists who sadly didn't survive the infection. Their skulls actually crack open when you shoot them, which is pretty interesting. But I digress. I'll keep moving. Um, so this is one of the larger rooms. There's got some vents and shelving. I couldn't really populate these shelves because there wasn't really much science-y prop-wise that I could populate it with. But you move down here, and we have the generator room. This is a power generator. Throughout the map, there are besides the center. The center is the only room where only uninfected spawn. Throughout the map, there are spawn points for uninfected in corners, but there are also spawn points for infected. Once, a person dies and becomes an infected, they will spawn within the corners of these larger rooms, ready to run down the hallways and chase the uninfected players. And so, as I run through, I will head towards the main set piece of the level, which is in fact the research room where the virus first broke out. So here we walk in and we see these Covenant drop pods that were broken open, and these plants that were inside released this viral infection. There was this dead Covenant alien. I apologize if I'm getting any of this wrong. My Halo knowledge is a bit rusty. But there's this dead alien here that was the carrier of the infection. And these scientists here also died from the infection, and that was how it started. And thus, that is how the underground infected facility came to be. And I guess I'll do a quick run through around the rest of the map. There's another dead end, more bodies. You can see right there, he's kind of slumped against the wall. But yeah, it's all about these tight hallways and this dim lighting to really make that sense of fear and tension build up, feeling like, oh, I could be jumped at any moment by these infected and I need to be at the ready. And I think it really gives a new kind of feeling to the infected game mode, because I feel like generally it's considered just a more lighthearted, like, oh, I'm shooting down these infected and I feel so cool and I'm just like gunning them down. But I've never really felt like it's had this tense environment where it feels like the infected aren't so much just something you mow down, but a real threat that could just jump out at you. So that was my run through. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like, I will leave the Forge link in the description of this video for the level. But otherwise, have a good one.